Welcome back everyone to Stellaris and the Imperium of Man. And for all of you who've been following since the beginning of this series, you may be wondering, why does this alternative Warhammer universe look so different than the one I'm used to? And, well, the question is quite simple. I've fallen prey to the ruinous powers. It was in fact the Chaos God of Change, Zeech, who forced me to make all kinds of adjustments to my series, and in the end, I was simply forced to relaunch. So basically what happened is I had a couple of reasons for restarting this series, and the first one was actually that I did, now that the Necroids DLC came out, I decided, you know what, I kind of actually like it. Not the DLC specifically, although that is activated as well, but more the patch, because the patch specifically makes a lot of things it fixes a lot of bugs supposedly, and it also says that the game runs a lot smoother. I haven't fully experienced that myself, but I just hope, it might be like one of these placebo things. Just if I think that it goes faster, it might go faster. But anyway, so this is the first reason. Obviously the new patch. I knew about that before, but when I then started my series, there was a couple other things that made me realize I actually should probably relaunch. And one of the things, which does seem like a minor thing, but actually bothered me so much, it was the Caravaneers. I was able to turn them off now because I was able, obviously, with the relaunch, I was able to make some changes to our settings. Most of the things I've left, but I've actually toned down the amount of primitives. I cranked up all the way to 5, and I've now actually thrown it all the way back to 1 because it was actually kind of insane. And so I've decided to get rid of that, and obviously I turned off the Caravaneers. Also, something I noticed was that the advanced starts didn't really work for all. So for example, the Tyranids were actually crushed so quickly by the Orcs because while the Orcs started off as an advanced nation, the Tyranids for some reason didn't. And so in this relaunch, I decided to not have any advanced nations. And I know people are going to think, okay, this is super easy. We're still playing on Grand Admiral, which is something I haven't done before. I'm not like super good at Stellaris, so I feel like it's okay. Plus, we're actually going to have a bit of a look at some of our neighboring nations here, and they seem okay. They seem okay when it comes to fleet power and that stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about that. Plus, obviously, I have some plans in mind for the late game where we're going to have multiple crises, and they're actually also going to be on a higher level than I'm used to. So overall, I think this is still fine. What this new launch allowed me to do was add 5 more nations. So previously, obviously, we're playing as the Imperium of Man. I've added the Necrons, the Tau, the Eldari, and the Tyranids, and the Orcs. Now, I actually added 5 more nations, 4 of which are human nations, and I'm actually going to talk about them. You can see the Interex here, you can see the Diasporex, and the Oresian Technocracy. We'll have a closer look at them, but those are 3 of the new nations. Then there's one more that we actually haven't found yet, and there's a 5th nation that I created in cooperation with my Patreon Overjee. We'll hopefully be able to discover this one soon as well. Well, actually, I'm not going to talk about it just now. I do want to keep it a little bit of a secret, but it's not a human faction, and well, from a roleplay perspective, I don't want to meet them at all. Let's just say that. Anyway, so yeah, this is basically the reasoning behind me changing, and there's a couple other things I did as well. Well, one thing specifically, I have actually cheated some terraforming tech to get Mars as my starting colony. Well, not as my starting colony, but it basically is our first colony. We have a couple more, as you can see here. We have Barbarossa 4, which is one of our Agri worlds. It's a Gaia world just north of Holy Terra. And then we have Runda, which is a ocean world, but a mining world, as you can see here, because we have an asteroid belt and extra minerals and mining districts and stuff like that. So those are all of my worlds for now, but we have another one that we can colonize right here. And yeah, so basically I cheated the text to get Mars terraformed, like right from on the first day. And yeah, I made sure it would be an arid world because changing into like a continental world, first of all, it wouldn't really fit, and secondly, it would be kind of overpowered. So I don't know how valuable Mars actually is, but I just felt like, hey, we kind of have to have this. It's obviously a forge world, although we only have one alloy foundry here. I'm gonna build a temple because the amenities are very low, and we have a robot assembly plant right here. And so this is actually, yeah, we've got 4 robot pops. I think we have a couple more because I sent some over to Runda, right? Yeah, I sent 1 robot pop over here. The rest of us are obviously humans. And yeah, we've been kind of just going from there. And now let me quickly show you the other nations. Let's start with our neighbors here, the Orician Technocracy. For those of you who are familiar with the Warhammer lore, this name, well, should tell you something. Anyway, they tell us that we will deal with all threats to the Orician Technocracy in due time. You can count on that, humans. I find it funny that they call us humans because what I tried to do with all of these human factions that you'll see is I've given them the human portrait, obviously, and I've also called them the same, like the singular, plural, and the adjective is all the same, precisely the same that I've used for the Imperium of Man species. And so what should happen, at least in theory, is that the game recognizes that these species are the same. And so, well, that's just going to be cool. But even if the game doesn't do that, I mean, the portrait is good enough for me and the name is good enough, so then we just realize, okay, those are different humans, and I might just rename them as, those are the, you know, Oricians or whatever. So it's not going to really matter too much, but I just like that we actually have other humans here, because that was also one of the suggestions you guys made in the comment section. I just, at the time, didn't know how to, you know, how to do that, but now I found it. I found a great way. Now, anyway, let's check them out. They are a technocracy, a rational consensus. They are democratic. They are egalitarian and fanatic materialist. I've made them a technocracy, obviously, and a meritocracy, which obviously makes sense. They got the mechanist start, the mechanist origin, and they're obviously humans with a continental world. I'm not sure. I've made them natural engineers and quick learners, so they're really going all in, or all out in terms of engineering, which is fine. So their fleet power, even though they did not get an advanced start, is overwhelming. Their tech is superior, which is interesting, and I think kind of also in the lore what they had. They had a superior attack to the Imperium, but their economy is equivalent. Now, obviously, I think we definitely need to work on our fleet, but that's a different problem. But yeah, so we already have relatively terrible relations here. I've claimed some of their territory, they claimed ours. We have border friction. You know, we call them materialist fools, egalitarian rabble, and most important of all, infidel unbelievers. Those are the heretics here. And they, what do they call us? They call us slavers, yeah, spiritualist fools, authoritarian tyrants, and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's bad blood between us. Oh, and by the way, obviously I've called them fabricator consuls, so all the information I could, I tried to include. And their home planet is obviously Aureus right here. Yeah, other than that, they actually seem to have a association status with the next faction, the Diasporex, right over here. Let's quickly check those guys out. So they are they're Federation builders, a representative democracy. They're egalitarian and fanatic xenophile. They have an idealistic foundation and a parliamentary system. They started off with the common ground origin, and so you will see that they have, well, they should have two friends in their federation. I see one, this empire, these honor-bound warriors, xenophile, fanatic, militarist. Interesting. What does that give them? All right, that's actually pretty good for them. And look, there's actually one human living on their world. And this is actually, by the way, a Necroid. I just saw that. Now, they obviously spawned in. I had nothing to do with this empire. The game auto-generated it. But yeah, that's one of the new portraits that you can see. But yeah, so even their fleet power is superior to ours. And they are actually currently in a war with the Necrons. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know where the Necrons are. I haven't met them yet, but they must be somewhere here. Oh no, please don't let them be here. That would be pretty bad, actually. Because they're already fighting. Wow. Okay. You have shamed our species in the eyes of aliens everywhere. Is it your goal to make humans the pariahs of the galaxy? Okay, so this is interesting because that apparently seems as if they know that we're humans, that we're the same species. So that's actually kind of cool. So I hope that works, but yeah, we'll find out later on once we take them over. At least that's the plan. And then we'll come to our third and final, well, not final, but the third and final we can see today, the Interex. Our patient is not without limits, humans. If we are to cooperate, there has to be an effort from your side as well. Oh, this actually fits so well. I like this. I really like this. They are harming our relations. They're overwhelming in fleet power, but their tech is equivalent, yet their economy is stronger. I actually made them an oligarchy just because, I don't know, I didn't want to have just democracies over here, but they are xenophile pacifists and materialists. I've also then made them or gave them the agrarian idyll and environmentalist civics. Wasn't really any specific reason. I did, however, give them the syncretic evolution civic because what we know is that the Interex were a, well, human civilization, but they had the Kinebra as part of their, empire as well. And so I decided against common ground here because I wanted specifically the Kinebra to be part of this empire. And so, yeah, that was the best or the only way to ensure this. So, yeah, we've got the humans and the Kinebra here. And, yeah, they're already suspicious of us, as they are in lore. And so this is going to be pretty bad, specifically because, obviously, there are harming relations, so this doesn't precisely help. But, yeah, at the moment, we're just too weak, which is a bit of a problem. I was hoping we could just crush them. Luckily, we don't border them just now, but we're not that far away. And then all the things you can see right here, those are some, mining drones, and I actually kind of want to deal with them. This is what we have right now, 20 corvettes. I'm waiting for the tech that gives us some more fleet cap. Although what I could do as well is I could use up my starbase capacity and build up an anchorage, and maybe that's something I simply have to do. But yeah, so this has been the overview over our current situation, and I think we're just gonna, move on forward. If there's anything I've forgotten, then, well, I guess we'll figure this out as we go on. So yeah, I've just resettled some pops here and upgraded these two former colonies. I upgraded their planetary administration here, and now we have specialists unemployed. Now, I feel like I need some more consumer goods over on this agri-world. So let's go ahead and build some civilian industries here. And then on Runda, do I want to build... You know what? Let's just build civilian industries here, because what I've been doing is I've been turning these civilian industries on Holy Terra into administrative offices, and that has actually been quite good. As you can see, we are this time keeping our sprawl relatively in check, which is helping us with research as well. So yeah, overall, I've learned a couple of things that I'm now using as well. Of course, they have closed the borders. We have closed borders with them as well, so this is not really a problem. Now the question is, where do I build up my starbase? Here? I think what I should do first is go ahead and colonize this tropical world, and I will, as many people have suggested, that call it Catacan, a jungle world. And I actually kind of like that, this is going to be at the border. This is going to be kind of cool. It's going to be our border world for now. Alright, anyway, let's move on forward. Let's start the colonization there. We are lacking in food, apparently. Well, we do have an agri-world here that could help out with that, although, I think we still have open jobs. Yeah, we still have 4 farmer jobs open, so that's really not... Well, here's the thing. It's not really an issue. We have so much food stocked up. I think we can live a couple of moments without food. Yeah, we definitely need some amenities here on Mars, which is why I'm building up the temple. Also fits for the tech priests. The problem I have is that I still do not even have a research lab. So definitely need that. We basically need everything on Mars. It's very difficult. But yeah, anyway, mineral construct was a room. Okay. You gained a new trait. That's awesome. And where do I want to continue to expand to? Probably over here. Let's grab these systems up. There's another planet here, Savannah World, that we could potentially use. Now, obviously, I have the terraform tech that I cheated in, and I keep it. But I haven't used it yet. I'm only going to use it on Mars. I have only used it on Mars. And also,
Special project complete.
I've obviously made it into an arid world so as to not be completely overpowered. Yeah, another special project complete. Let me see where that happened. Okay, so yeah, you can just actually, yeah, you can just keep going. That's fine. And yeah, there we go. Moving up. Okay. Yeah, as for traditions, let me quickly show you. We have foreign claims are okay. Yeah, nation systems are being claimed, but we claimed their systems as well, so it's not really a big issue. We started with expansion, then went over to discovery, and I did take the one vision, just like I did last time. So that is all fine. And yeah, now with all these human empires here, we actually have some use for our influence. So this too has not really been an issue. Obviously, our God Emperor Anatolicus is the chosen one. And then we've got Robot Gilderman over here, which again, I got a lot of shit for calling him like Rabouty or something. I blame the Vicky, because it was the Vicky that that taught me to call him that. Anyway. We have some modifiers here, enhanced ship speed. I don't even know where that came from. This is obviously from the mining drones. And we have the agenda of fleet expansion, which is actually pretty nice as well. So we can build ships a little bit faster. Okay, fleet order cancelled. Oh no! Are you actually... You're actually trapped. You're actually trapped. Okay, so... So what we'll have to try and do is get out. I don't think we're going to be able to get out through here, so we'll have to try and sneak past. So, fleet stance to passive, and, yep, just try and get here. I don't know if we can. Let's maybe... Yeah, let's try and get here. Like, as fast as possible. I don't know if you're going to survive this, let's be honest. But maybe you can do an emergency retreat. If we survive long enough. I mean...
Recon and research vessel under attack.
We've got 27 days.
Okay,
never mind.
Destroyed.
Well, I mean, there wasn't really much I could do here. It's the Interex that killed our scientist. That's pretty much it. Mamercus Marthianos on the IOM Marinos was basically killed because of the Interex. Let's be honest here. They were the reason. Anyway, so that happened, and yeah, I just mentioned that I should probably build up our starhold. So let's actually upgrade this starport, then let's upgrade this one, because it's kind of like a chokehold, and then, well, probably this one as well, just so that our borders are secured. So those are, yeah, let's upgrade those, and that will put us right onto our cab.
Construction
Plus,
complete.
we're now lacking alloys. Okay, that's fine. Our construction, you can just keep building. That's fine. Can we ever, like, finish some of these buildings? Okay, we're now in need of housing, but that's okay. We're building a generator district. That's okay. And we need food.
Anomaly found.
Okay, research that anomaly there. Thank you. Agri World, please. Well, we still have farmer jobs. We have 5 farmer jobs. Gee. Okay, so that's why. So we have enough jobs, it's just that we need people. I could resettle people from Earth over onto this Gaia world. In fact, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Because, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Actually, this is Mars. Holy Terra. Let's go ahead and resettle at least one pop. We can afford to resettle one pop to Barbarossa, and let's one of these technicians. There you go. Have an extra farmer. But again, it doesn't really matter that much because we have so much food stocked up. So it's gonna be fine. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, communications with a merchant guild. Okay. They seem to be all necroids now. It's kind of funny. Signs of battle. Okay, where's that?
Situation log updated.
That's right here. Okay, let's go ahead and actually research that project immediately. And then, what do we have here? Okay, I think this is the one we're going for right now. Yeah, okay, good. Very nice. Yeah, I need to find a way to improve my fleet strength desperately. We're currently researching
construction complete.
Destroyers, so hopefully we're gonna have that soon. But then again, that's still gonna be a problem with our naval capacity. I guess we can go over that. It's not that big of a deal, but obviously try and I don't want to if I don't have to. Anyway, we'll move on here, and then let me quickly show you our edicts. We have mapping the stars. We could also actually go for one of those. Education campaign. Veneration of the Saints. Fortify the borders. Starbase upgrade speed. We could have an extra capacity and 10% Empire sprawl. From systems. I mean, that's like one. We could do this. We could do this. Or rather, priest output and spiritualist ethics attraction. I honestly don't know. Let's get the education campaign going, and then probably the veneration of saints. Why not? Why not? Alright. So yeah, we're getting this colony up and running. And yeah, we're preparing for war. How is your war going against the Necrons? The attacker has high war exhaustion. Nothing good can come out of the brewing conflict between our two empires. Surely even a creature as despicable as you can see that. Wow, okay. Much xenophile there, apparently. Yeah, all these empires, all those other human empires don't like us a whole lot. But that's going to be fine. I mean, they will... Oh, interesting. They've grabbed this system. I don't know how much the Oretians like that. I think they're kind of being boxed in here. But oh well, that's not my problem. Not something I have to deal with. For now, that was this first episode. I will be just going forward. We'll see what we can do. I obviously can't attack them at the moment, which is not in a position to do this. But hopefully our economy will pick up some steam. We do have more pops. So we are stronger over time. It's just a question of how long that's going to take. But yeah, eventually we're going to be able... In fact, we can even probably... Can we not rival them? No. Okay, well, we'll be able to do that eventually. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are happy with this relaunch as well, and you're going to watch 2. At least I think it was a good decision. Anyway, I'm just rambling on today. That was it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.